In this video, we'll explore how Sean O'Malley is making a difference by going door to door and paying people's rent in his neighborhood.
Ain't nobody never did this.
Yeah. Love
Yeah,
you, brother.
love you, man.
Yeah.
In a video that was epic, the UFC bantamweight champ disguised himself as a crypto billionaire and surprised people by going door to door and covering their rent.
I don't know if you ever heard of crypto, but I just became a billionaire in crypto and I'm just spreading the love, paying people's rent. Sammy, Sean, nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, just helping people out.
Lord,
Yeah, praise the Lord Jesus.
Social media was full of praise for the UFC star for his generosity. One user said, "Sean is actually really likable. I wish more UFC fighters didn't give in to the pressure to try to be another crappy trash talker." Another user said, "I love Sean O'Malley. Humans helping humans." Another one joked, "Hey Sean O'Malley, visit our place in Melbourne too." O'Malley is scheduled to defend his bantamweight crown against Merab Dvalishvili next month, but before that, Dricus Duplessis will put his belt on the line against Israel Adesanya at UFC 305. Both champs are putting their hearts into preparation, but the champs camp is going the extra mile by using tasers.
So think about why you're gonna get tased, all of you. Think about it.
For over a decade, Still Knox has been training under Mornay Visser, the head coach at the CIT Performance Institute. In the lead up to Duplessis' big fight against Adesanya, the UFC sent a film crew to capture the training vibe at the CIT gym in Pretoria, South Africa. What really caught people off guard was when Visser showed off a long taser, jokingly calling it his assistant coach. He explained that the taser comes out when fighters at the gym make mistakes, acting as a unique form of discipline. The footage had some fans in stitches, while others were scratching their heads about the reason for the taser. One fan commented, "I know the studies say pain stimulates the brain, but there has to be other ways." Another one joked, "No wonder DDP waddles around like a retarded dog in the cage." While DDP's camp has been using tasers to keep a check on their fighters, Izzy's camp is sticking to basics like sparring and weightlifting. The former champion recently posted photos of him after a recent training session, where he looked bulkier and more ripped as usual. Some fans believe Adesanya might be on that Paulo Costa secret juice. One fan said, "Bruh, Izzy has gotten so ripped in a few weeks. Not sure what these MMA guys are on for real." Another fan said, "Israel looks so good. This Dricus fight is going to be legendary." Another one said, "Brother isn't messing about with this one. He really is treating this fight like it's a slave rebellion." Former UFC champion Alex Volkanovski believes his teammate looks great heading into UFC 305, and he will produce a masterclass against the South African.
I think Israel Adesanya is going to put on that type of performance where he goes out and gets a crazy finish. And that's saying something because Dricus is no joke.
Robert Whittaker, who has fought both Adesanya and Duplessis, disagrees with Volkanovski. He thinks DDP has the edge due to his unorthodox style and will get the job done on fight night.
I'm gonna lean towards Dricus. I think he can I think what he displayed in his fight against Sean Strickland, I think that forward pressure and that awkward unorthodox style, especially with the success that Sean had doing that to Izzy, I think that's a recipe to beat Adesanya.
Moving on, Joee Rogan and Donald Trump have come face to face after the UFC commentator endorsed independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
They do it on the left, they do it on the right. They gaslight you, they manipulate you, they promote narratives. And the only one who's not doing that is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
During Thursday's episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe said that Robert Kennedy Jr. is the only candidate who makes sense to him, and that he doesn't feel like Kennedy is trying to gaslight or manipulate voters. By Friday, Rogan clarified that his remarks weren't an endorsement, but that he genuinely likes RFK Jr. as a person and admires his civility and intelligence in discussions. Rogan said, For the record, this isn't an endorsement. This is me saying that I like RFK Jr. as a person, and I really appreciate the way he discusses things with civility and intelligence. I think we could use more of that in this world. I also think Trump raising his fist and saying "fight" after getting shot is one of the most American things of all time. I'm not the guy to get political information from. If you want that from a comic, go to Davey Smith. He actually knows what he's talking about. Trump, who is one of UFC President Dana White's best friends, responded to Rogan by saying, "It will be interesting to see how loudly Joe Rogan gets booed the next time he enters the UFC ring." To try and calm things down a bit, Rogan came up with a clever plan to get people to ease off him a little after all the drama this past week. Instead of reaching out to the former president, he did something that rubbed some the wrong way. He shared a photo with Shane Gillis, who's arguably the best Donald Trump impersonator of recent years. Trump supporters were still not happy, as they thought Rogan was trying to mock the presidential candidate 2024. Rogan's podcast, which had a massive 14.5 million followers on Spotify as of March, is often linked with conservative viewpoints. However, his personal political beliefs aren't so easy to categorize. He endorsed Bernie Sanders during the 2020 primaries, but later mentioned he'd rather vote for Trump than Biden after Sanders was out of the race. What do you make of Sean O'Malley paying people's rent? Who will win between Dricus Duplessis and Israel Adesanya? And what do you make of Donald Trump and Joe Rogan beef? Let us know in the comments. To stay up to date with the latest happenings in the world of MMA and boxing, please subscribe to Fight Fever and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.